Welcome to part 43 of the Ultimate Unsolved Mysteries Iceberg, where we explore true crime, urban legends, mysterious disappearances, myths and legends, internet mysteries, and more. Also, make sure to hit that notification bell since I drop new content all the time. The disappearance of Rudolf Diesel. Rudolf Diesel, the brilliant engineer and inventor of the diesel engine, vanished under mysterious circumstances on the night of September 29, 1913. At the time of his disappearance, he was traveling aboard the steamship Dresden from Antwerp to London. Diesel was born in Paris in 1858 to German immigrants. Notably, Diesel spent the first 12 years of his life living exclusively in France. However, with the outbreak of the Franco-Prussian War in 1870, he was forced to flee the country due to a wave of anti-German sentiment. His early life was marked by financial struggles, and he spent part of his childhood working in his father's workshop. Diesel's academic prowess earned him a scholarship to the Royal Bavarian Polytechnic Institute of Munich, where he studied engineering. Despite health setbacks, he graduated with top honors and began his career, initially focusing on refrigeration technology, under the mentorship of Carl von Linde. Von Linde was a pioneering German engineer and scientist best known for his groundbreaking work in refrigeration and gas separation. However, his fascination with thermodynamics and engine efficiency led him to develop the compression ignition engine, later known as the diesel engine. Diesel patented his design in 1892, and by 1897, he had built a functional prototype that revolutionized the industrial world by offering a more efficient alternative to steam engines. The diesel engine's adaptability to various fuels and superior efficiency made it a cornerstone of industrial machinery, from factories to ships. By 1912, over 70,000 diesel engines were in use globally. Despite his professional success, Diesel faced personal and financial difficulties. He was deeply in debt due to failed investments and was reportedly in poor health. Also, Diesel is a really good example of genius not being universal. He may have been a genius engineer, but he was decidedly below average in the personal finance department. On the night of his disappearance, Diesel had dinner on the ship and retired to his cabin around 10, requesting a wake-up call for the next morning. However, this would be the last time he was ever seen. His cabin was found with his night clothes laid out and his bed unslept in. The ship's arrival in Harwich the following morning marked the start of one of the early 20th century's enduring missing persons mysteries. Several theories emerged to explain Diesel's disappearance. The most widely accepted is that he intentionally went overboard, driven by his financial woes and declining health. However, this theory has been challenged by numerous other speculations. Some suggest he was ended by German agents to prevent him from sharing his engine technology with the British, which would have significant military implications, particularly for submarine warfare. Others believe he might have been targeted by competitors or oil magnates threatened by the potential of his engines to operate on non-petroleum fuels. However, this strikes me as unlikely, given that the technology was already widespread at this time, and his end did nothing to stop the spread of his eponymous engine technology. Diesel's body was never definitively recovered, and you will note my use of the word definitive here. 10 days after his disappearance, a decomposed body matching his description was found by a Dutch boat near Norway. Diesel's son identified personal items found on the body as belonging to his father, but the remains were too decomposed for a positive identification. This ambiguity further fueled conspiracy theories, with some even claiming Diesel faked his own end and relocated to Canada, although no credible evidence supports this notion. Despite the unresolved nature of his disappearance, Diesel's impact on technology and industrial engineering is indisputable. The diesel engine remains a critical component of global industry, from agriculture to transportation. Alice in Wonderland syndrome. Alice in Wonderland syndrome, also known as Todd syndrome, is a rare neurological disorder that affects perception. This condition distorts the way individuals perceive their own bodies, the space around them, and the passage of time. This syndrome is named after, you guessed it, Lewis Carroll's classic novel, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. The syndrome is characterized by episodes where people experience visual and sensory distortions, similar to those described in the story. Alice in Wonderland syndrome was first described in 1955 by British psychiatrist John Todd. He named the syndrome after Carroll's story, due to the striking resemblance between the experiences of patients and Alice's adventures. Carroll himself suffered from severe migraines, leading some to speculate that he might have experienced similar perceptual distortions, which influenced his writing. Alice in Wonderland syndrome is marked by a variety of perceptual anomalies, including micropsia, objects appearing smaller than they are; macropsia, objects appearing larger than they are; teleopsia, objects seeming farther away; and of course, who could forget palopsia, objects seeming closer. People may also feel their own body parts changing in size, a phenomenon known as metamorphopsia. And I'm mustering all my strength here not to make a Koro joke. If you know, you know. These distortions can affect other senses as well, including hearing and the perception of time. Sounds may seem louder or softer, and time may appear to speed up or slow down. The exact causes of Alice in Wonderland syndrome remain unknown. It is often associated with migraines, epilepsy, infections, and head trauma. Some researchers suggest that abnormal electrical activity in the brain could lead to these perceptual distortions. Advances in neuroimaging techniques have allowed scientists to explore the relationship between brain activity and the associated symptoms. However, that said, a comprehensive understanding is still developing. The syndrome primarily affects children, but adults can experience it as well. Episodes can be frightening, particularly for young children who might not understand what is happening. For instance, one boy described his experiences with Alice in Wonderland syndrome as seeing the walls of his room closing in on him and hearing his mother's voice change pitch and speed. These episodes are usually short-lived, but their unpredictable nature can cause significant distress. Diagnosing the condition can be extremely challenging due to its rarity and the entirely subjective nature of its symptoms. While much about the syndrome is still a mystery, ongoing research continues to shed light on this unusual condition. The disappearance of Rico Harris. Rico Harris, a former professional basketball player, disappeared without a trace on October 10, 2014. Born in Alhambra, California in 1977, Harris showed exceptional talent in basketball from a young age. His promising career began at Temple City High School, where he gained significant attention from college scouts, eventually leading him to play for Arizona State University. However, an arrest in 1996 for unlawful imprisonment, though later dropped, led him to transfer to Los Angeles City College, where he thrived and led the team to a state championship in 1997. Despite his basketball prowess, Harris's career was marred by personal struggles. After a brief stint with the Harlem Globetrotters in 2000, an assault ended his basketball career. Also, as an aside, for those unaware, the Harlem Globetrotters are an exhibition basketball team, or sports entertainment if you will. He battled addiction issues, leading to multiple arrests and a downward spiral. However, by 2007, Harris had turned his life around, achieving sobriety and holding a steady job as a security guard. He moved to Seattle in September 2014 with his girlfriend, Jennifer Song, and it seemed his life was stabilizing. The chain of events leading to Harris's disappearance began with a sudden trip to Los Angeles on October 9th, 2014, to resolve family issues. After a brief visit with his family, he left for Seattle early on October 10th. His last known contact was a voicemail to Song, stating he was going up into the mountains to rest. His car was found 3 days later abandoned near Cache Creek in Yolo County, California. And yes, you heard me right, Yolo County. The search for Harris involved extensive efforts, including aerial surveillance and search dogs. His backpack and phone were found near his car, but no substantial leads emerged. Witnesses reported seeing a man matching Harris's description in the area on October 11th and 12th, but these sightings led to dead ends. Investigators speculated that Harris, who had been awake for nearly 50 hours, may have been disoriented or seeking a secluded spot to rest. Several theories have been proposed regarding Harris's disappearance. Some suggest he may have relapsed into substance abuse, given his history and the secluded location where his car was found. However, no paraphernalia or illicit substances were found. Others believe he may have encountered foul play, although no evidence supports this theory. Despite numerous tips and continued efforts by law enforcement, Harris's whereabouts remain unknown, and the case has gone cold. The Yolo County Sheriff's Department continues to investigate the case, and anyone with information on Rico Harris's disappearance should reach out to them immediately. If you're enjoying my content, please hit the like and subscribe buttons and the notification bell. Also, I release content very regularly, so I can't emphasize this enough. Ring the bell and turn on all notifications so you're never behind on this series or my other content. Also, if you really want to take it to the next level, please consider signing up for a YouTube membership or a Patreon membership. You can support for as little as 99 cents a month. Also, remember to join the Discord as well if you're into that sort of thing. We've got 100 members at this point. Oscar, the therapy cat that predicted death. Oscar, a therapy cat, lived at the Steerhouse Nursing and Rehabilitation Center in Providence, Rhode Island. Born around 2005, he became widely known for his unusual behavior that appeared to predict when terminally ill patients were about to pass away. Oscar's story gained public attention in 2007 when Dr. David Dosa, a geriatric medicine specialist at Steerhouse, published an article about him in the New England Journal of Medicine. Oscar was one of 6 cats adopted by Steerhouse, a facility known for its pet-friendly environment. Initially, Oscar seemed like a typical cat, aloof and not particularly friendly towards people. However, after about 6 months, the staff noticed that Oscar would often choose to nap next to residents who were in their final hours. This pattern was so consistent that the staff began to alert families when they found Oscar lying next to a patient, thus giving them a chance to say their goodbyes. By 2015, it was believed that Oscar had accurately predicted around 100 cases. Oscar's predictive behavior led to widespread curiosity and numerous theories. One hypothesis suggested that Oscar could sense the biochemical changes in the bodies of the residents. Some experts, including Dr. Joan Tino from Brown University, believed Oscar was reacting to the scent of chemicals released as the body shut down. Another theory posited by animal behaviorist Jill Goldman was that Oscar had learned to associate certain conditions with the end stages of life due to his upbringing. However, in my view, if this was the case, wouldn't Oscar's behavior be routine behavior for cats raised in and around such environments? Despite the various theories, there has been no definitive scientific explanation for Oscar's behavior. Some skeptics suggested that his actions could be attributed to confirmation bias. Under this theory, people only remembered the times Oscar's presence coincided with a patient's final hours, while forgetting the instances when he did not. His abilities were discussed in various publications, and he became the subject of Dr. Dosa's 2010 book, Making Rounds with Oscar: The Extraordinary Gift of an Ordinary Cat. This book detailed Oscar's interactions with patients and the impact he had on the Steer House community. The belief that cats possess an ability to sense when someone is unwell or nearing the end of their life is a fascinating topic that has garnered interest and speculation. While Oscar the cat is one of the most famous examples, there are broader discussions and numerous anecdotes suggesting that other cats might have similar abilities. Beyond their sense of smell, cats are, in general, keen observers. They are sensitive to changes in their human companions' behaviors, routines, and physical conditions. A cat may notice subtle changes in a person's body language, movement, and even minute shifts in a person's energy levels. A cat, therefore, could be responding to these cues long before the humans around them are fully aware of what's happening. Some cats have been reported to sense when their owners are about to experience a seizure. Similar to seizure-alert dogs, these cats may exhibit behaviors like becoming unusually attentive or distressed shortly before the event occurs. This anticipatory behavior suggests that the cats are detecting some form of warning sign, whether it's a change in scent, behavior, or another sensory input. In hospice settings where patients receive end-of-life care, there are numerous accounts of cats choosing to spend time with those who are in their final days. Like Oscar, these cats often provide comfort to the patients and their families, suggesting that their presence is more than coincidental. While these observations are not scientifically validated, they are consistent enough to be noteworthy. Further, some theorize that this ability and connection to human beings cannot be detected by science. Rather, under this theory, cats have a spiritual awareness, or perhaps are able to communicate directly with the souls of human beings, or perceive human souls. It's important to note that Oscar lived a full life at Steer House, providing comfort not only to the patients, but also to their families. According to everyone involved, Oscar had a kind and warm aura, not a sinister aura. Oscar passed away on February 22, 2022, leaving behind a legacy that continues to intrigue and inspire those who hear about his extraordinary gift. Notably, Stephen King's novel, Dr. Sleep, included a character inspired by Oscar, a cat named Azzy, who could sense when patients were nearing the end. Also, let me know in the comments if you're enjoying entries about the fascinating and mysterious powers associated with our closest domestic companions. The Blue Whale Challenge. This is a suggestion from Patreon supporter and frequent recommender Iced Mocha. Remember, the best place to leave recommendations is in the comments or on the Discord server. The Blue Whale Challenge emerged as a controversial and mysterious online phenomenon around 2016, purportedly originating in Russia. This, quote, game allegedly involved a series of tasks assigned to participants over 50 days, culminating in a final task that involved bringing a consensual end to oneself. The challenge was widely believed to be a hoax in official circles, yet it sparked moral panic and led to various media reports linking it to real-life incidents. The Blue Whale Challenge reportedly began on Russian social media platforms, where administrators would contact vulnerable teens and persuade them to participate. The tasks ranged from seemingly harmless activities like watching horror movies to more severe actions. Participants were led to believe that backing out of the challenge could result in threats or blackmail, due to the administrators allegedly having access to their personal information via malware. Philip Budeikin, a former psychology student, claimed to have created the game in 2013, stating that its purpose was to cleanse society by targeting individuals he deemed unworthy. And yeah, it sounds like this guy probably got the exact wrong message from watching or reading Death Note. Budeikin was arrested in 2016 and later confessed to inciting several teenagers to bring about their own ends. Despite sensational media coverage, and despite this arrest, there is skepticism about the actual existence of the blue whale challenge on a widespread basis. Many experts believe that the blue whale challenge was initially an exaggerated hoax. However, they acknowledge that it has likely resulted in real cases through copycat groups, thereby putting children at risk of cyberbullying and online shaming. Skeptics of the game point out that much of the information about the game comes from unverified sources, and no definitive proof of a structured challenge has been found. Reports of the blue whale challenge have appeared globally, with incidents allegedly linked to the game in countries like Armenia, Portugal, Chile, Kenya, India, and Bangladesh. By late 2017, reports of participation in the Blue Whale Challenge began to decline significantly. Internet safety organizations and authorities across various countries had already issued warnings and taken preventive measures, which contributed to its reduced visibility. On a positive note, the fear and uncertainty surrounding the Blue Whale Challenge led to the creation of the Pink Whale Challenge. This is a positive movement encouraging self-care and mental health awareness, as well as general safety for children in the online world. This initiative aimed to counter the negative influence of the Blue Whale Challenge by promoting activities that foster well-being and positivity. The Chase Vault Mystery. The Chase Vault, located in the Christchurch Parish Church Cemetery in Barbados, is commonly referred to as the Mystery of the Moving Coffins. Constructed in 1724 and only utilized starting in 1808, the vault became notorious for its enigmatic occurrences involving the displacement of coffins. The mystery began when the vault, acquired by the Chase family, was opened in 1812 to Colonel Thomas Chase, only to reveal a chaotic scene inside. The coffins that had previously been neatly arranged were found disarrayed. Further, this peculiar event was not a one-time occurrence, adding more fuel to the fire surrounding this mystery. Each subsequent opening of the vault for new burials revealed a similar disarray, despite the vault being securely sealed each time. The phenomena were noted in several documented instances in 1816 and 1819, with no evidence of tampering or natural disturbances like flooding or earthquakes. Speculation around the cause of these disturbances has included supernatural explanations, such as poltergeist activity. However, more grounded theories, such as seismic activities or secretive human interventions, have also been put forth. However, none of these theories have been conclusively proven. After several disturbing incidents, the governor, Lord Combermere, ordered an investigation in 1820. The vault was sealed with his signet in wet cement. Further, there was a sprinkling of sand inside to capture footprints, and yet again, the coffins were found disturbed, but no signs of entry were evident. Ultimately, after the 1820 investigation, which still presented no logical explanation, the decision was made to abandon the vault. Each coffin was removed and buried separately, and since then, the Chase Vault has remained empty, standing as a silent testament to what is perhaps Barbados' greatest mystery. The Kitsune. Kitsune, the mythical fox spirits of Japan, are one of the most fascinating and complex figures in Japanese folklore. These supernatural beings are part of the yokai family, a frequent subject of discussion in this series. Kitsune are known for their intelligence, magical abilities, and shape-shifting powers. As they age, their abilities grow stronger, and they can develop up to 9 tails, a symbol of their wisdom and power. And yes, for those Pokemon fanatics out there, this is the explanation for the evolution of Vulpix into 9 tails. The origins of the Kitsune legend can be traced back to Chinese folklore, where fox spirits were known and believed to possess similar abilities. These tales made their way to Japan and merged with local beliefs, giving rise to the unique figure of the kitsune. The earliest mentions of kitsune in Japanese literature date back to the 8th century AD, with significant references found in the Nihon Shoki and the Konjaku Monogatari. Kitsune are often associated with the Shinto deity Inari, the god of rice, fertility, and prosperity. As a quick aside, Inari is perhaps the most widely celebrated Shinto deity. When you imagine a Shinto shrine, you are, with near certainty, imagining an Inari shrine, with its numerous vermilion gates called torii. Inari's messengers are believed to be white foxes, known as Zenko, who are benevolent and bring good fortune. These foxes are often depicted in statues at Inari shrines throughout Japan. Notably, it is commonly believed that Inari, who is variously depicted as either male or female depending on the context, and is sometimes understood to be genderless, is a kitsune. However, these are simply the messengers of Inari. However, complicating matters further, Inari does have the ability to present as a kitsune should it please. There are also wild and mischievous foxes called nogitsune, who are not bound to serve any deity and are known for their trickery and malevolent behavior. One of the most famous stories involving kitsune is the legend of Tamamo no Mai, a beautiful woman who served in the imperial court but was later revealed to be a nine-tailed fox in disguise. The kitsune was secretly disrupting the imperial court. To drop perhaps my favorite quote of all time, "Boy, I really hope somebody got fired for that blunder." Kitsune's shape-shifting abilities are acquired after living for 100 years. They can transform into various human forms, including that of young women, old men, or even specific individuals to create illusions and play tricks. Despite their ability to blend in, kitsune often have telltale signs of their true nature, such as a foxtail that they struggle to hide completely. These fox spirits also possess other magical abilities. They can generate foxfire, a type of flame created by their tails, and some can control the elements or manipulate time and space. Kitsune are also said to have psychic powers, allowing them to possess humans or enter their dreams to deliver messages or cause mischief. Their most prized possession is the Hoshi no Tama, a glowing ball that contains their spirit and grants them their powers. This complexity makes kitsune fascinating characters, embodying both the protective and the trickster archetypes in Japanese mythology and religion. Night Marchers. The Night Marchers are spectral, large figures or warriors from Hawaiian mythology said to roam certain areas of the Hawaiian Islands, particularly at night. According to legend, these ghostly apparitions are the spirits of ancient Hawaiian warriors, war chiefs, and royalty dressed for battle. They carry spears and continue to march through the islands, reenacting ancient battles and rituals. The Night Marchers are believed to be accompanied by various supernatural phenomena, including chanting, drumming, and the sound of footsteps. Some accounts also describe the scent of flowers or other fragrances associated with the procession, as well as a musky, death-like odor. Legends surrounding the Night Marchers vary from island to island and from community to community, with different stories and beliefs shaping local perceptions of the phenomenon. However, certain common themes persist across these variations, including the reverence and fear with which the Night Marchers are regarded. According to Hawaiian culture, encountering the Night Marchers can be a dangerous and ominous experience, as it is sometimes said to be a sign of impending misfortune. However, they do have a dual nature, and are also said to be protector spirits as well. If one encounters the Night Marchers, it is said that lying motionless, face down on the ground, demonstrates proper respect, fear, and deference to them. Moreover, individuals may avoid harm or death from the night marchers if they are fortunate enough to have an ancient ancestor marcher present who recognizes them. Many Hawaiians believe that certain areas of the islands are sacred or taboo due to their association with the night marchers. These places are often marked by ancient temples, burial sites, or other significant landmarks, and locals may avoid them out of respect for the spirits that inhabit them. Despite the widespread belief in night marchers, encounters with these spectral figures are rare, and most accounts are anecdotal in nature. Nevertheless, the legend of the night marchers continues to be an integral part of Hawaiian folklore and is still passed down through generations. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you haven't done so already. As usual, I love you all and thank you all for your support. I really appreciate how many of you have come to enjoy my content. Also, please consider joining the YouTube membership for even just 99 cents a month. Doing so grants access to some additional content, and most of all, really helps me devote more time to my channel. Shout out to my patrons Noah Schubert, Iced Mocha, Kurt the Squirt, Monoxide Wendigo, Jeffer Metcalf, Z-Volts, Director Delta, Unknown Delusions, Faye, Jack Russell, Boomslang, and Blasphemoose. Big shout out to YouTube members Jordan All and Lowlife Baphomet. Until next time, stay safe and healthy. Peace out, everyone.